Real quick, guys, I just want to film a real quick video here. This, what you're seeing here, is likely the last we'll see of the old layout of World of Tanks. All this is going to be gone, I can tell you that. Not going to miss this, but all this right here, I don't know what Wargaming are doing. They must be desperate to attract new players, which we all know it's never going to happen. But this has been all of our lives for the last 15 years right here. And after a certain point, anyone in combat will tell you, after a certain point, you get to this system right here, it's muscle memory. You change any of this up right here, it's going to be basically, well, I don't know what it's going to be, but I can tell you it's not going to be World of Tanks, alright? It's going to be some cheap mobile game ripoff of a HUD, alright? It ultimately is going to tank the game, I believe. Even though Wargaming is being incredibly generous, like they're literally giving out free gold, you know, in order to entice us to stay or return to the game. Do not take it. This is a company that is desperate, that is willing to do whatever they can to retain the players on a model that should have been dead years ago. And it started when they strayed from their main mission, which was recreate historical tanks and put them in a game so players can use them in an arcade sort of fashion. But the fact that they added a tank from the Star Trek universe, the Astron Rex, yes, they literally put a Star Trek skin on it, and that's ultimately where the decline started, because they didn't start carrying anymore. Then it's the second part was when they decided, oh, we're not going to allow we're not going to allow you to transfer your crew skills unless it starts with gold, which they've since walked back on. And then the final nail in the coffin, I think, for a lot of players, was the loot box situation about 3 months ago. The faulty loot boxes, where even Quickie Baby was able to deduce that you would need to spend an obscene amount of money on an arcade tank game. Not like Star Citizen money, not like in a COD game, which I can understand, or or CSGO. This is an arcade game with no firm path to monetization except through only two items. Only two items keep this game alive: gold purchases and premium time. And then the other thing, the secondary, would be this: forcing us to pay gold just to convert the 3 XP. And this, as you can see, has caused me so much pain and grief over the years, because as you can see, I have a war chest of free XP that I can do nothing with, because it would take an obscene amount of gold, 45,665 gold, just to refine all this. And with this amount of XP, bear in mind, this is 1.1 million. That is enough to grind through an entire tech tree. An entire tech tree branch. 2 of them. With just all this. I just don't get why. I mean, maybe if Wargaming suddenly decided, oh, we're not going to require gold to refine your XP anymore, so long as it's within a certain nation's tech tree branch, then it would make sense, alright? But it doesn't, alright? This is really the only way they can think of to keep the lights on. And it's not by the goodwill of players, which I guarantee would keep the lights on, because they're 15-year veterans like me who would happily donate to wargaming if they stopped this shitty, rampant monetization practices. But anyway, that's just me. I really want to hear you guys' thoughts because I don't think the future is bright. This is ultimately 2.0 is ultimately an update to force us players, us veterans, off the game and get new fresh blood, new millennials and 12-year-olds whose parents' bank accounts are way fatter than ours nowadays. Us lowly streamers who can't get a job anymore, who's too old for the workforce. Ooh, yeah. And what am I supposed to do? I've been trying to hack it at YouTube and Twitch for about 6 years now, and I've yet to break out. Where does that leave me? I have no prospects, no college, no future. Where does that leave me? It leaves me with this, broken and grinding forever like a peasant in a factory. Just know that if this fails, Wargaming, you sought this. You sought this out. You asked for this. And if the game dies, that's on you. All you had to do is keep us veterans happy. Keep the core player base happy. That's what's really, because that's what really matters. Now, as you can see, right here, I have the Brenos. Yes, this is my reward for logging in diligently, and this is the only time I've done this. Logging in diligently every single day to do the bonus battle pass, which amazingly I got and didn't because, oh, thank you, you're so generous for giving this tank for free at the end of this branch 50 stages later. And also you can see I've got the ELC 901. Again, pretty nice tank. Basically AMX at tier 6. Enough said about that. Has almost the same camo values and everything, which is great. But again, what are people going to do that is now that basically tier 6 stronghold battles are basically dead here in the North American server? No one wants to pick it up because they feel like the rewards aren't worth it, or it's just, ooh, too boring. What are we going to do with this thing except troll people on the battlefield at tier 6? And don't get me wrong, I like it. I love the speed. You know, this was the original troll tanks. People always say they hate the AMX, but ooh, they do not know what they're talking about. They need to watch the replays website and channel their inner Samjabudige. What you don't know is a Korean player who has 50, I think now 16,000 battles in his ELCMX as of 2025. He lives on the Korean server, and it basically his handle means, you know, waffles or pancakes, something like that. And you would be surprised what a tiny little tank with a 90 millimeter gun, what it can do. And as you can see, I have quite the crew for this tank myself as well. This is only halfway down, but as you can see, I've already got 9 crew skills in my commander. You know, a gift. Female commander, it's a gift, yes. Can't do anything with it, well. And, yeah, I have also well over 1,000 battles in this thing. I'm not going to regret it one bit. But, and there is a but, I wonder what's going to happen, you know, now that this is in here. I mean, these both have similar reload times, but forget about it. Either way, this shows you all the commitment I have had over the years to this game, on and off. Give it all the good, the bad, all the pain and joy and suffering that I've had with this cluster cuss of a game. You know, I wouldn't take it all back, because this was the very first, you know, quote-unquote game, like major online game that I ever took part in. I remember when I did way back in 2012 when I first downloaded this. It was the middle of summer and people thought it was cool, but didn't touch it for 3 months after that, and only then, you know, started getting into it. And basically, you know, same thing applies. That's been my career for World of Tanks for the past 15 years. On, off, you know. And again, how are we going to cope with these new mechanics? And also, I'm very generous, Wargaming, that you decided to buff nearly every tech tree tank in the game. Bravo. But again, I just have a feeling these tier 11s are really going to mess up the matchmaking system. I just know it. And what are they? It's not an Abrams. It's just more prototype made up tanks, you know, that never made it to production, that we can't touch in real life. Where, again, all you had to do was add the Abrams, add the Leopard 2. That would have really attracted players. Instead, we have to contend with more mechanics that we don't have time to learn, because most of us are in our early 20s, or late 20s in my case, early 30s. Again, I'm going to hold my breath and always give people the benefit of the doubt, because that's what I do. But again, I just know, after years of experience, I expect things to fail, and this new update will fail. But still, I just wanted to make this video because I've had a lot of memories about this. I was originally going to do a long, you know, video format, you know, sit in front of a camera. Unfortunately, my camera is broken, so we're just doing this because it's all I got. And I just want to say, if you don't see me again, I want to thank you, Wargaming, and this awesome, and everyone else in this community, for over the years, for 15 years of service, for 15 years of memories. I just want to say that it's been a great honor, and even though this toxic community broke me sometimes, I also want to say they humbled me. They made me from a spoiled little middle-class kid and not a lot of money into basically a soldier. And it's a big part of this game's reason. It's a big reason why I made the decision to go into the army. I hopefully ship out to MEPS in October, maybe late October, maybe November. But ultimately, yeah, this is it. This is the kind of thing that wants me to be a tanker, even though it's highly fictionalized. I know very much that tanks are mostly destroyed in one hit. Even this is just an arcade experience. But still, they say video games teach you a lot. They got it right in this case, and a few others as well. Once again, this is Lucasi, aka Hirosol, signing off for the final time, perhaps.